How's it going? I'm back with a new series called Let's Talk About It. This is where we do character analyzing, where we focus on one character, talk about his strength, his weaknesses, where he ranks on the tier list as far as champs, good champs to pair with him, good comps to use or pair him with. And today's gonna be Xerath, a new champion they brought out. He's a dark star, very attack speed oriented. So items such as Rage Blade, Runins, items along those veins work very well on him. But also, you also want to get his ult off as fast as possible, because he is going to be a hyper carry for your team when you play him in comps. Xerath is good for him to get that, to accomplish that goal. But then we also have Guardian Angel for survivability, because you want him to do as much damage as possible. And the fact that his ult does an AoE stun if it kills somebody, which is, you want, since he'll never attack the same target twice, you want him to get back around to the target he previously attacked as quick as possible. So we're gonna start off with champs that's good to pair with him, and then we'll go into the comps. So some good champions to pair with Xerath are, of course, Karma. Ult allows you to put a shield around him, which gives him a chance to protect, get more hits off, but it also increases attack speed, which accomplishes that goal that much more efficient. Also, Karma is a dark star, so you most likely be playing him inside dark star builds, so she contributes to that. But the shell of Karma and Xerath is always strong to splash in when you may be playing a comp around like level 8. You might have your comp ready all the way around level 6. Maybe you're playing mech pilots, mech infiltrator. This would be a good combination, a good shell to throw into it to improve your efficiency in the comp because of Shaco. So the shell of Karma, Xerath is a strong shell to aim for. You also have Lulu. Lulu is strong because of her ult. It's pretty OD. The fact that she's able to polymorph two targets and debuff them in that way allows you to trigger Xerath's second part of his ult. Of when he kills a champion, he's able to stun them and do the AoE damage from it. So pairing him with Lulu is also a strong shell to play, but also the combination of the three is very strong. So Lulu Karma is a very strong set of characters to play in general, because Lulu gives off the Mystic with Karma, increasing his MR, but also increasing the MR of the whole team. So this combo of just these characters are strong to splash in if you push to level 9, or if you're playing Dark Stars, which we're going to get more into, it will increase the efficiency of your comps. So another good champion to pair with Xerath is, if I can find it, Soraka. Soraka goes good with the Karma Xerath, but also let's say you may have one of those bad games where you don't get your Karma. You can play Soraka for that survivability right now, because Soraka is very strong. You could give her that survivability of the team, but also to Xerath, since he is your hyper carry. in these situations. To go back on some of the items I might have missed, you could play on Xerath. Quicksilver Sash is a good item to play if depending on your items you get during that game. There's been times where I've played Hand of Justice on Xerath. Things like this, and along these veins, you kind of want to aim to place on him, because remember, your goal with Xerath is to get as many hits off and to kill as many people as possible. So you want to think about your item build in a way that accomplishes this the best way, based off what they give you if you're aiming to force the Xerath comps in that game. You also have, where is it, Morelos. Morelos does trigger off of Xerath's ult, so that burn is priceless, even with the nerf, but that nerf is not really noticeable. You don't ever hear anybody complaining about the nerf of the burn of Morelos. It still serves its purpose the same way it did in previous patches. We also have the Gauntlet, the crit. Xerath is a very flexible champion with his items. There's so many ways you could build Xerath and make him efficient based off what the game gives you. You just have to be thinking about the direction the game is giving you and the most efficient way to accomplish his goal. Especially with the Chalice buff too, you won't give it to Xerath. You could give it to Xerath in replacement of the Embrace, or you could give it to Karma. You could give it to Lulu. Why? Because you might end up playing Lulu here one match just based on the matchup of what you're fighting, but the fact that you're getting these, you'll be getting their ults off faster, but also they'll be able to help each other, because you might play Lulu right here. So Lulu will help Karma. If Karma has it, Karma have Lulu and Xerath. So just always remember, how can I make Xerath accomplish his goal as fast as possible? So with that, just focusing more on the things you could play with Xerath, we're gonna go into some comps that allow Xerath to thrive in the current meta. So let's go ahead and switch over to the first comp, which is Dark Stars. So guys, we're back with the comp of Dark Stars, which we brought up in the first part of the video. Dark Stars are the strongest comp right now to go for, to force. It's very easy to climb with Dark Stars right now. The Dark Star comp is very flexible in the fact that you have so many carries, and at any time the positioning of them can be changed and still be effective regardless of who you fighting. The carries are flexible in their items they use. You can use a lot of items in this comp, and this team allows Xerath to be very strong because of the Dark Star buff, and the fact that they have 7 Dark Stars now, it's easier to get that 6, right? So you don't need Jarvan anymore. Jarvan, you don't need him. Your front line is weaker, but in turn your comp is stronger, because instead of having a sacrificial lamb of Jarvan, you now can focus more on just your carries in general. But in this video, we're focusing on Xerath. So Xerath, everything still applies. You're seeing even in this comp, the pair, obviously, because it's both Dark Stars, but also you have Lulu in here. Lulu applies that ult to the enemy team to allow Xerath to do more. But also, since you have Shaco and you have Jhin, you're able to peel a lot more and get those chain stuns over and over and kill the enemy team, and just have the whole game like a fireworks show. The fact that you can also, I have both of them itemized because you either have two carries. Either you're gonna itemize Shaco, you never know, you might get 3-star Shaco that game, or you might itemize Jin. They did nerf 3-star Shaco, but in reality, that the nerf to the 3 stars he still is very strong. The 3-star is just very strong in this game. But also be mindful in this Dark Star build, Jin in late game is good to get him to 3 stars. If you're able to get Jin to a 3-star, it allows him to carry more efficient into the late game. So be mindful of how you're spending your money and how you're thinning the champion pool in the later games. The same thing applies. The best way I found to play this comp is to have a more aggressive early mid game, meaning you want to focus more on getting those 2 stars in that first PvE round, and then when the opportunity is there, go to level 4 as fast as possible, just to keep that win streak going, that carry going, or to even pick up a win streak or the carry. Because if you're playing more aggressive than your lobby at the beginning, it'll allow you to get more money, free money. So when it gets to that mid game, late game, you're having more life to play with and more life to throw around to get your comps, to get to level 7. Because in playing this, you want to get to level 7 as fast as possible, so you won't be re-rolling until after the last stage of stage 3, the last level of stage 3. So you want to play a pretty aggressive play style, aiming for Dark Stars, because the sooner you get them, the better. Dark Stars also can support multiple players playing it. It's not like how it was like Bang Bros or stuff like that, where if somebody just starts grieving you, you just have to throw the whole comp away. Dark Stars have a strength where they're able to still be functional when multiple people are still playing them. Also, when it comes down to multiple people playing, it comes down to who can itemize more, who can roll better, all these type of things like that. Positioning, all those things are considered in this comp. Now, when I'm going over these comps, I'm not going to go very in-depth into each comp. I'm just going to briefly cover each comp that you can play Xerath in and explain the strengths of why these comps allow him to do this. The Dark Stars one is very apparent because Dark Stars, they're like lights. The concept of them are very self-explanatory. You know, weaker units die, make carry stronger, carry keep killing. GG, walk away from the keyboard. AFK, go walk your dog, go water your cat, whatever you want to do. So with this, is just very brief. Next comp we'll go to our mech infiltrators. All right, so we're back with the mech comp. We didn't really go anywhere. So here with the mech comp, and the mech comp is still a very strong thing to aim for in games, especially now since they buff the level 6 of the mech and nerfed the higher levels like 3-star, the 9-star, the 9-level mech, and the mech comp is not able to support multiple players such as Dark Stars. But the reason why this comp benefits Xerath so much is because you're able to build him with the buff of sorcerers in here in the comp. So instead of having Lux is strong to just have temporarily, because the comp, we all know that if you don't know, the mech comp gets completed around at level 6. You get the 4 infiltrators, you get the mech pilots, and then you roll down at level 6 trying to 3-star your 2 pilots, Annie and Rumble, right? But the Xerath ideal of this comp is to push more because mech pilots are still strong, but there's other things. There's the way to compensate its weaknesses of like the bad matchups is to push to level 8 after you get your mech pilots to where they need to be. So your level 8 will be something like Xerath and Lulu, just because the pair of them is strong, or it could be Xerath Karma when you get her, just to apply the Dark Star prop to help Shaco, to help Xerath, because Shaco is still gonna be a prominent carry, but now Xerath is your other carry. Kai'Sa's still a carry, so you playing this way, aiming to get Xerath at level 8, allows you to still have that flexibility of having multiple carries. So the way you'll play this comp is you're gonna try to get to level 6 as fast as possible. The aggressive playstyle can still be applied here, getting to level 4, getting the early wing streaks. One thing I've been practicing more on is getting those early win streaks to carry me longer into the games, to carry you to a more consistent top 4 placement in your games. So the comp allows Xerath to breathe and do what he needs to do because the super mech is so strong, so giving the mech Guardian's Angels, or giving the mech Portal, just putting more stuff out there for Xerath to do what he needs to do is good also, or very vital. The reason why you want to have Quicksilver Sashes is for those Xeraths and those Blitz Cranks that people playing Bang Bros. You have those one random Bang Bro matches where guys are aiming for them. But you also want to, Quicksilver Sash is still a vital item to build on your mech or any frontline character that you're using, because you want them to be there and do what they need to do as long as possible. You do not want your frontline to get Xerath, because if your frontline gets Xerath, then you might as well just count Zephyr, my fault. If your frontline gets Zephyr, you might as well count Xerath. Just he just gone. He's not doing anything. So the sorcerer proc, you usually aim to get that Lux for Annie. So you'll still get your Lux, still play Lux the same way, but when you start pushing to level 8, you want to switch her out for Xerath at some point. You want to switch her out for Xerath at some point, and then start making your comp either the Kha'Zix and stuff, but try to go for the Mystics, depending on how far the game pushes. But you also remember that the positioning of Kai'Sa and Shaco are very important. Shaco is more so the guy who kills the carries that's on the outside, so you always want to put Shaco on the edges, here, over here. And Kai'Sa is also in the middle because she jumps in the back and then just proceeds to do her Kai'Sa thing. Oh, also because I forgot to mention the demolition. The demolition class helps Xerath even more if you're able to get the spatula, if you're fortunate to get the spatula. That the AoE stun that Kai'Sa's given guarantees Xerath to do what he needs to do through these matches. So just always be mindful of, remember the goal of Xerath is to get his ult off and kill as many people as possible, to stun them, AoE stun. This comp has a chain stun tendency. If the team don't fight, the more wins you'll get, the longer your win streak. Even because one thing you'll notice is that you'll see Xerath a lot more in the carousels. So if Xerath has that good item, that decent item, grab the Xerath and go ahead and switch him out for the Lux early. Don't even worry about getting Lux. This Xerath is strong. A level 1 Xerath is just strong. Level 1 Xerath is a strong champion in itself. So I will put Xerath, seeing how his flexibility is, I'll put him like low S tier, high A. if I was to do a tier list of characters, Xerath would fall in that range because of his flexibility. The thing you can splash him in and how he just fits perfectly. He has very versatile abilities. So remember this. I'm just going briefly over the comps. I have done a mech pilot guide already. I might update it depending on if anything drastically changes in the meta with mech pilots, but just keep an eye out for these type of champs to splash into the comp when you get later in the game and your levels get higher. Also remember, obviously just add Echo for Kha'Zix. You know, even though they kind of nerf the legendary, Echo still serves the same purpose. He does a AoE stun on everybody. So just be mindful of these things. Be mindful of positioning. Sometimes you might want to move Xerath around, switch him out in with Lulu in different positions. Just be mindful of what the other team is doing to get to those down to the bare bones positioning fights late game. Oh, also a little trick to let you know, since you're playing infiltrators, remember that you could pull your mechs back one row to cause the enemy team champions to move forward to allow your infiltrators to jump back in that back line and do the damage. They do their job that you pay them for. You want to keep your mech kind of in front of Xerath. That's always something to keep in mind. Obviously, Lux and them won't be beside them; they'll always be behind them. So just remember that. Also, I've seen what's his name? How you say his name? Kayena. I can't say his name. Forgive me if I can't say his name. But he has made Xerath into an infiltrator. If you get that random double spatula thing, and he made Xerath into an infiltrator for that 80% attack speed, which is just smart. I like the idea. Xerath will not jump when he's an infiltrator, I've noticed. So you can always keep the eye out for something as an option if it's open. So we're gonna go to the last comp of this video, which is the very contested, loved E-Girls comp. Alright guys, at the end of the road, last comp of the video, Star Guardians E-Girls. The comp is self-explanatory why it's strong. You want to get that 6 sorcerer buff. The reason why you see 5 right here, you will still have 6 Star Guardians because of Xerath. So you don't have to play Poppy. You can put that last slot with a sorcerer. Any sorcerer would be fine. You have Annie, you have Vel'Koz, so I'm going to put them up here for you. You have any of these 3 sorcerers to fill that 6th spot to get that percentage buff, that 80% buff. So Vel'Koz is just going to be killing whatever he touches at this point. You can, if you push to level 9, remember we talked about in the beginning of the video the shells. With Xerath, you could put Lulu, you could put Karma, things like this. Does nothing but help Xerath in these type of compositions. You want to keep your Nico alive because she's your only front line, so you will have to give her Quicksilver Sash. You will have to give her Guardian's Angels. You want, most importantly, is Quicksilver Sash, but you want to make her as tanky as possible. We already know that you want to aim for 3-star Syndra, so you'd be going to level 8. I mean, not level 8, level 7. Rolling down, picking up these Syndras to get her Dragon Ball Z Kai Blast Barrage thing going on. She just one-shot every everybody she touches. So the Xerath and Syndra combination is just crazy because now you know Syndra is getting all her ults off while Xerath is killing and stunning. The output of this composition is ridiculous with the addition of Xerath. The positioning, if you have Ahri, you know, you could put Ahri in between the Xerath and the Syndra so the Chalice could go off. You want to give her Chalice when you're able. You have the Mystic slot open with Karma, remember those. So your team is just getting tankier. Your Nico's getting tankier. Xerath has made a lot of comps, a lot of the stronger comps, mainly the three strongest comps, the Dark Stars, Mech Pilots, and E-Girls, even better because he's able to just splash into these comps. The fact that he's able to make them accomplish their goals that much more. Xerath is a great addition to the game. He has been my favorite champ to play. I'm always trying to go for Xerath. I'm always trying to figure out some way to play Xerath. Xerath is like my new Mordekaiser. How Mordekaiser was, how Kassadin was, Xerath is that for me right now. So, like I said, in other videos, it's just a brief overview. I may make a deep, in-depth guide of E-Girls. If you'd like to see make a deep, in-depth guide of E-Girls, then just leave a comment. But just remember that this video is about Xerath. Let's talk about Xerath. So this will be it for the first video of Let's Talk About It. I hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys learned something from it. This has been a good learning experience for me. Allowed me to really pick my brain in a way that I'm able to edify those that wish to learn more about the game. I hope you guys, if you have anything you want to see me do next, just leave in the comments. Just remember, like, share, subscribe, and more importantly, remain coy. I will see you guys next time.